Once upon a time, online selling, it was personal, it was quirky, it was community driven. You'd list a pair of Levi's, maybe a vintage lamp, and somebody across the UK would give you a message and a story about how their nan had the same lamp. That is what community selling and the original eBay was all built around. And it was the magic of eBay, and that was the soul of community selling. Do you want that back? Or are you happy? And do you think it's evolved? And that premise should be resigned to nostalgia. Let's break this down and see what's going on. So now we've got scalpers, flippers, profit hunters. They didn't just join the party, they took over the house. Platforms like eBay, once built for hobbyists and collectors, it became a battleground for margin chasers, and the charm of selling your old stuff was replaced by algorithmic warfare, SEO optimized listings, and bots that were snatching up every trending item before any buyer was able to get onto a computer. Let's talk scalping, limited release trainers, items of clothing, those must have kiddie dolls, gaming consoles, concert tickets on other platforms. They're snatched up in seconds and they are immediately flipped for triple the price. And who loses on that? The genuine buyer, the fan, the collector, ultimately, the community. And the flippers came along, not the casual reseller. We're talking full blown commercial operations hiding behind private accounts. They exploited the free listings, that dodged the VAT, and ignored consumer law. And they flooded categories with mass produced imports. And eBay, they let it happen for years. So, small business sellers, those who played by the rules, they got absolutely buried. Their visibility tanked, their margins, they shrank, and their trust in the platform, it went. I remember speaking to a trader at a retro computer fair at Bescott Stadium in Warsaw, and he played by the rules. He was VAT registered. He bought and he sold on eBay. And he watched and he looked, and every day he would see the huge amount, and it was a very, very, very oversaturated area of traders, buyers, sellers, not the collector that they masqueraded as, that totally took advantage of that retro computer, Commodore 64, Spectrum, Amstrad scene, and made a very, very lot of money over a 3-4 year period. And those sellers didn't get banned, didn't get forced into business accounts. They had corporate, commercial sounding names. They used brands like Commodore, like Amstrad, like Sinclair in their usernames. They were not hobbyists, they were not collectors, but they were competing. They were playing a game of cards with the genuine small business who had done everything, but they were playing with a loaded deck and they held all the cards. So eBay finally acted. The buyer protection fee wasn't just a revenue shift, it was a time for eBay to put a line in the sand, a way to filter out stealth businesses, to restore the balance, to basically say, if you're running a business, register as one. Vinted, Depop, OnBuy, rising in popularity. So the damage was done. The rivals, they surged ahead with cleaner community first models. Comment below if you've switched to any of those platforms, if you now buy from them, or you've switched your selling to any of those platforms. Because buyers fled eBay and sellers, they diversified. And eBay was left scrambling to rebuild the trust that they had let slip through their fingers. Now, community selling was never meant to be a gold rush. It was meant to be human. But greed doesn't care about stories. It cares about margins. If by any chance the eBay PR marketing department have got around to my videos, I know they are actively on YouTube at the moment. What would you like? What do you want to be? Do you want to be a Temu? Do you want to be a Shine? Do you want to be an AliExpress? Would you want to be an Amazon? It will not stop people from selling or buying from your platform. And if that's the decision that eBay wish to go, inform your sellers, inform your buyers, and that will manage their expectations. And that is key. I buy off those platforms because I know the platform that I am buying from. I don't have this expectation that it is a community-based platform. I know someone is selling me something that I need to buy, and they are a business and they are making money. If I'm entering into a transaction on eBay and I believe that person is a private seller and I want to go through it and I want to do it, that's what I'm expecting. And unless you start to protect your marketplace, the community will continue to keep walking away. The identity, the concept of eBay at the moment is up in the air. And until there's some clarity, it is a moment in time of a lot of uncertainty for a lot of people. And as always, people, please comment below. These videos, if they help in any way, leave a comment below.